was a normal morning.
It was fun.
We're psyched.
Got out of the water, went out on the bike, felt pretty good.
I saw him there, told him to kick it in.
I started feeling dizzy. I'm like, there's something wrong. I laid down on the grass. I said, tell my wife I love her. I think I'm dying. 6 weeks later, I remember nixing.
In 2006, Dirk Vlieks suffered a stroke during the bicycle leg of the Hanu Half Ironman triathlon. Now, 5 years later, he is preparing to return to Hawaii to complete the 70.1 mile course. Entering that 2006 race, Vlieks was an accomplished triathlete, qualifying the previous year for the Ford Ironman World Championship.
2005, it's the race that he'd qualified. So that was kind of going, let's go back the next year and try to qualify again.
I knew the course, so I knew it would be a perfect race for me.
Dirk's wife Kelsey saw him after the swim on the first half of the out and back bike course.
I was waiting at the Mauna Kea for him to bike by, and Dirk wasn't coming. We were starting to see friends that I knew Dirk was a stronger rider then. So I was like, he must have had a mechanical issue. So we were walking by the finish area, happened to walk by the med tent, and I saw his legs propped up. He was totally flaccid on his left side, and he was out, and I knew, honestly, I was like, he's had a stroke.
Dirk was taken to the emergency room and then flown to an ICU on Oahu. The news from doctors got progressively worse.
Your husband has a large bleed in his brainstem. We don't think your husband's going to survive. Have you talked about, what his wishes would be?
Over the first few days, Dirk's condition seemed to be improving.
Tuesday, they extubated him, took out the breathing tube. The first thing he said was, what was my swim time? We're like, he's back. It's going to be okay. And then towards the end of that week, everything, kind of started to go downhill.
What followed was a 6-week ordeal, with Dirk slipping in and out of a coma state and undergoing multiple surgeries to relieve the pressure on his brain. Finally, on July 9th, he was sufficiently recovered to return home to California, where he had surgery to remove a benign tumor from his brain and began a long and difficult rehabilitation.
Dirk had to relearn everything. How to eat, how to talk, how to tie shoes.
I had to start from ground zero for everything.
But really, ever since then, it's just been this road to recovery.
The continuing issues I have are speech, balance, and vision.
Since relocating to Mystic, Connecticut in 2009, he has continued the rigorous training to prepare for his return to Hawaii.
The reason why I want to do it is for either getting rid of a DNF, did not finish, as well as completing a book.
Not finishing a race was never an option for Dirk. So just mentally, it will be good closure for him. We've gone to stroke support groups, and a lot of people don't want to go back to where they had a stroke. But I've always felt like that's been a very special place for us. It could have gone worse. So I really feel like we need to say thank you to this place.
I'll be really excited. The whole process, besides the rehab, the racing, it's for Kelsey and the girls. This will be kind of like the cherry on top. I want to be able to walk with them, train with them, kick the ball with them, ride bikes with them when they get older. I want to be a good father to them and a good husband to Kelsey. But I can't do that if I'm not healthy enough to get there. So my internal drive is to really push the envelope for whatever I do.